A little bit different view today. I didn't feel like dragging out my other big boom. A few days back, I went to TJ Maxx looking for some stuff, and I found these cute classic lined notebooks, and they were $3 for 3 of them, so not a bad price. And they had that one, and then they had a 3-pack that had Let's Get It Done, Today is My Greatest Adventure, Make Things Happen, I'm going to be so awesome today that yesterday's going to get jealous. And then I had Plans for World Domination and Thoughts from a Grounded Brain. I'll show you those in just a minute. So these obviously weren't going to fit in my Fauxdori that I run around with. And I also received this in my little goodie swap that lady sent me. So I wanted to try and find something I could make that I could use these in. So I thought, well, shoot, I made this, so maybe I can make another one. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. This particular one has the one string that goes through, and then you have your knot. And to get the extra notebooks in, you have to run a band around, you know, the whole thing, so that they hook in kind of like, those of you who've used a real Midori or Fauxdori, you know what I'm talking about. But this here is attached to the same band this one is, and they come out. And that's the center string. And then there's a random 4th string back here that isn't used because it runs through those middle holes, these ones. And so it's shorter and the books don't fit in it as well. So I've got that in there. This was my Midori purchase for the Traveler, and then this one's ready for when I start doing this book, when I finish this one over here. So I wanted something similar to what I'd seen in another video. I can't think of her name right now, but I will link her channel in my description once I figure out who she was again. So let me grab something real quick. I know you just got to see a little peek there. And now I'm going to crash into the camera with my chair. Okay. So I had this shiny leather, shiny on this side and suede-ish on this side, that I'd been hanging on to because I thought maybe I'd make a couple more of those other ones. Never got around to it. And I decided I was going to make this. I did this with the shiny part on the inside because I don't particularly care for this, but I like this. Isn't that nice? And I think it's going to look really interesting once, you know, wear and tear has occurred on it. So let me take all my guts out real quick, then I can explain to you, well, let me show you the guts real quick, and then I can explain to you how they went in. So there's our four books, by the way. And we have got one more to pull out here, which is a little difficult to get out because it's stickers. Alright, so there's our book. I found someone's picture, I think it was on Etsy, where they showed a way of adding 2 sets of bands in so you can get 4 strings. So here's my 4 strings. See how well you can see them. See how 4? And you do that by doing 3 eyelets. So I did some blue eyelets. And you run the 1 string from each through that center hole and once through the outer hole. See? Clever, huh? So, I also decided that I wanted a double strand for the closure. just for something a little different. And I put it near the edge. I actually took my crocodile and went in as far as it would let me and put the hole there. And then that way, when I close it, I actually run it around this way, and it holds it nicely shut. I wanted it a little different from being on the spine like everything else seems to be. So, I cut this down to be a little bit bigger than the 4x6. That way I'd have a small amount of overhang, so if I had tabs or whatever. I took the lid, cut it down using a utility knife on a self-healing mat. And then I took the lid off of a glue and I put it on the corners like so. Let me show you that closer. Just like this. And then cut around the edges of that so that I would get that nice curved look. And then I punched the holes. I found the center and punched the holes. And I put my pretty blue eyelets in. I don't know if you can tell how blue those are. I wanted something a little stand out. So there's the blue for the closure knot. And I was making a pocket to go in it using my fuse system. And I experimented and found out that because it's hot, it actually will do an imprint on the leather. So you see the dots around the edge? I used my fuse for that. So I created a little faux stitch pattern. Thought that was pretty cool. So then I have this set here. This is a letter and number set. And I had purchased this to do some stamping in metal object items. And I decided to try it out with a leather. Excuse me, I can't talk. And I know that leathering tools are similar product. So I have stamped Lady Blue there in the corner. And then on the inside I used that edger fuse thing to make a box. And I've done my name, Michelle. And so that's what that little bit of thing there is. If I had put a piece of fabric, I think, on the floor, that wouldn't have shown up as much, but that'll go away with some love on it, you know, holding it and stuff. So let me show you how I stuff it full. This is the moleskin, I think. Where'd my other one go? Yeah, this is the moleskin sized, I think it's volant. It's this size. But this particular one is actually sticky notes. So we're going to put that at the front. Just like that. The next thing I had in was Thoughts from a Grounded Brain. Crowded. Ha! Yeah, let me learn how to read. So this is just a line to notebook. So we'll put that on the second string. Oh, and those are Ecolo. I don't know if you can even see that. I'll put the web page in the description just because. Oh, here, the gray probably shows up better. But I'll still put it in the description for you. All right. So the next one, Plans for World Domination, and that goes on the third string. And this way you don't have to fiddle with trying to put that stupid band around the other ones like I have in this one over here. In fact, I might take this one and reconfigure the bands. This is a Seven Gypsies little booklet thing. They came in sets. I've got these three. So I took this one and put it in there. It's just blank paper. It's kind of a, not quite cardstock. So there's that one, all in there nicely. And then here's my pocket I created out of a Memorology American Craft 6x12. I just cut it down, you know, this way. Cut off the circles and all that and made it fit. and then fused the ends with the heat tool, and then did the center just to give it a place that it would remind itself that it's the center. So that just kind of goes in there like that, and around the edges. And even though these are different size notebooks, that's okay, because that gives you a little bit of space for that pen that you're going to want to put in there. And then you get your bands, and around you go. There's my little notebook. Cute, huh? It's a fun little size. Perfect size for your purse. And in comparison in size to my other one that you've seen me before, it is that much smaller. And let me get Gina's one that I got from her. And you can see the difference in size for that one. So there we go, my little notebooks. I still need to figure out how I want to add on a bookmark kind of thing, or if I even want one. I might just use like a page flag or a magnetic dealie like this that I got from my special Happy Mail. Put something like that on one of the pages. In fact, that might be fun. You can even hook it on there like that. So I'm going to think about maybe changing this configuration here into something like that, because this seems to be a little awkward. But I'll think about it, because you know, trying new things out, doing things a different way, nothing wrong with that. Hope you enjoyed seeing my new little book and listened to how I came about making it. Please like and subscribe if you are not a subscriber already. Feel free to comment with any questions that you may have. And as always, hope you have a great day.